What's going on, guys? It's Dramon, and as you can see, we are doing something a little bit differently because tomorrow the NBA playoffs finally get started. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm really excited for this year's playoffs because I think we really did get blessed with great matchups, and I think it's going to be really entertaining. So I can't wait to watch. We're going to be doing the NBA playoffs bracket challenge. We're going to be going through each series, making our predictions. But before we get to my predictions, I want to see what you guys have in this year's playoffs. So be sure to hit that link in the description box below. Fill out your bracket and share it with me on Twitter or Instagram. Be sure to tag me so I can see it. But if you don't want to do it for those reasons, check this out. The NBA is giving away prizes for the best brackets, the most accurate ones, with the grand prize awarding $1 million in the form of a check. What? $1 million? Hell yeah, of course. It's a free bracket for a chance to win $1 million. You should all be doing this right now as we speak. If you're not doing it, go ahead and do it. But if it makes you feel better, you're like, oh, I don't have a chance to win $1 million. You could also win an all-star weekend getaway in Charlotte next year. You could also win 2 tickets to any regular season game. You could also win NBAstore.com electronic gift codes. They got all kinds of prizes. So go ahead, click the link in the description box below and fill out your bracket. Okay, so now let's get started filling out my bracket. Let's start with the first matchup, the Rockets against the Timberwolves. Look, guys, I think the Rockets are the favorites to win it all this year. So I'm going to go with the Rockets here. I respect the Timberwolves. I just don't think Jimmy Butler is healthy, and I don't really believe in Andrew Wiggins. I like Cat, but he's been weird defensively. So I'm going to pick the Rockets in a 5-game series. I think the Timberwolves steal one. Jimmy Butler wins the Wolves a game, but overall the Rockets come out that series with 5 games. Okay, so next round we got Thunder, or next matchup, Thunder Jazz. This has got to be the best first round matchup in the entire playoffs. This is going to be awesome to watch. It's going to be cool to see Mitchell, Gobert, and all the stars for the OKC Thunder to really play and just battle each other. But this is a 4-5 matchup, but I'm going to go with the Thunder. I think they got too much star power. However, the Jazz have a really good home court advantage, which is why I'm giving them 3 games. I think they win all their games at home, but the Thunder also win all their games at home, and they win in 7. I think it's going to be that close. This might just be a first round classic. It might just be a classic in general, but especially for the first round. Can't wait. I'm gonna watch every game of that series. Just in case it's a blowout, then I won't watch it, but any other situation, I'm watching every game. Okay, next series we got Portland versus the Pelicans. I think this is easy. I'm going Portland, and I'm going to give the Pelicans 2 games just because AD is an absolute monster, and the Blazers, they are a great defensive team, but they don't have anyone to guard the brow. So I'm going with Portland in 6. Damian Lillard is my favorite player in the league, hands down. Shout out to Oakland. So yeah, I'm going Blazers in 6, easy. However, I just want to shout out the Pelicans. You guys have been really fun to watch because you have this really weird roster that somehow kind of works. I don't know how you guys did it. I love Drew Holiday, obviously AD. It's a bummer. If Boogie was in this series, now we're talking a different situation. But as they sit right now, the rosters as they are, I'm going Blazers in 6. Okay, last Western Conference matchup, we got Warriors versus Spurs. This is easy, guys. We're going to go Warriors sweep. The Spurs, I just don't see them winning a game. They did win a game against the Warriors this year, but that was when like Clay, Steph, Draymond, and KD were out, I think. I think all 4 of those guys were out. And even then, the Spurs only scored like 79 points, so not that impressive. Now, if Kawhi comes back, which hasn't been completely ruled out, then it might be different, but I don't think he's coming back. And I don't think LaMarcus is going to be able to steal a game from the Warriors. I think the Warriors in 4 despite not having Steph. Okay, moving on to the Eastern Conference. We got the Toronto Raptors against the Washington Wizards. Now, I think the Wizards would have preferred to play the Celtics because of their injury situation, but I do think that they are going to be confident going into Toronto because they've kind of low-key owned them in the past, but I think this year's different. The Wizards have been playing terrible this season, especially this last month, and the Raptors are the opposite. They've been playing great this year, and they've really flipped the script, so I'm going Raptors. But that confidence goes a long way, which is why I'm giving the Wizards 2 games. However, even though it is a 6-game series that I'm predicting, I don't think it's going to be that close of a 6-game series. I think there are going to be some blowouts in Toronto's favor. Hopefully they blow them out game 1, because the Raptors really need that. They haven't really come out game 1 in the playoffs ever and really send a message. Hopefully this is the year. That's why I got Raptors in 6. Okay, next round, or again, series, we got the Cavs versus the Pacers. Now, let me just shout out the Pacers. You guys have had a great season. You really surprised me. I just think it's very unlucky you have to play the King, LeBron James, in the first round. So I'm picking the Cavs, and I'm giving the Pacers 1 game. I think that LeBron is going to send a message. I think he knows it's important to start the playoffs well and carry that confidence throughout the rest of the playoffs, especially with this young team that LeBron has with guys like Larry Nance and Jordan Clarkson. So I think LeBron is going to really take control. The Pacers don't have anyone to guard him. So LeBron in 5. Next series, we got the Sixers versus the Heat. Now, this is the second best series in the first round behind the Thunder and Jazz. You got the Hassan Whiteside, Joel Embiid saga. They got a lot of beef. I can't wait to see how that plays off. But the Sixers have been absolutely dominating these past few games. They've been playing really well without Joel Embiid. So when they add him in, it's only going to get better for them. And Markelle Fultz has kind of been coming on. I wonder how much he's going to play in the playoffs. All I'm trying to say is the Sixers have a lot of confidence. The Heat do play them well, but I'm going with the Sixers, and I'm giving the Heat 2 games. I don't think the Sixers are ready for a 7-game series, so I'm kind of avoiding that situation here in my predictions, but I do think they're going to pull this out in 6 games. Okay, next series, Celtics, Bucks. Now, I think the Celtics have been having a great season, but they've just been devastated by injuries. They don't even have Marcus Smart, who's a big-time playoff player. So I'm going with the Bucks here. I think that Giannis has a chance to steal this series and really send a message. I'm giving the Celtics 2 games because I think their coach is fantastic, and they do have a lot of talent, but I think the Bucks are just going to kind of overwhelm them with Giannis. The Celtics really don't have an answer for them. No one has an answer for Giannis. I do think the Bucks aren't a great team, but I think that they can beat this injury-riddled Celtics roster. So that's why I got them going to the semifinals in 6. Okay, so now we are in the second round. Let's start with Houston and OKC. Now, this is going to be a really fun series if it happens. However, I think that the Rockets are just too overwhelming. I don't think the Thunder can steal this series. I just don't see it. I think there are going to be some situations in the clutch where PG looks at Russ and Russ looks at PG. It's like, who's going to take the shot? They're both going to want to take the shot, and it's not going to end well for them. So I'm picking the Rockets to finally get out of the second round for Chris Paul. Boy, that's crazy that that has not happened. So I'm picking them, and I'm going to give them, I hope it's a 7-game series. I really do. That's kind of a stretch, but I'm going to do it because I want it to happen. I'm manifesting it right now like LeVar Ball. So I'm going to pick the Rockets in 7, but the Thunder could easily, not easily, but they could win that series. It's not inconceivable. Inconceivable! Okay, next series, we got Trailblazers versus the Warriors. Look, let me just cut to the chase. I'm going Warriors, and I'm going in 6. I respect the Blazers. Dame is my favorite player, but I think the Warriors are really confident against the Blazers. The Blazers can win 2 games. That's why I gave them 2 games. But I think the Warriors are going to pull this out. Steph should be back for this second round, and they're going to advance to the Western Conference Finals. Okay, move back to the East. Let's go Raptors, Cavs. I can't believe I'm going to do this, but I'm going to... Look, I'm not even looking. Can I click it right? Nope, I just picked the Wizards. Let me redo that. Okay, I'm picking the Raptors. And the reason why I'm picking them is because the Cavs are not a good defensive team, and the Raptors are a really good offensive team. The Cavs second unit is kind of hit or miss. The Raptors second unit is actually pretty good. They have one of the highest efficiency ratings across the league. So I am picking the Raptors. LeBron James getting out in the second round. When has that happened? It's been like at least 9 years, maybe even a decade. I'm going to give the Cavs 2 games here. in a 7-game series, I'm always picking LeBron, so it'd be stupid for me for this series to go 7 and then I pick the Raptors, because if it does go 7, again, I'm picking LeBron. So Raptors in 6. It might be crazy, but I want that $1 million. Okay, so Sixers versus Bucks. I think this one's pretty easy. Sixers. The Bucks, like I said, I think they might win 1 game in the series, so I'll give them 1 game, 5-game series. I think the Sixers winning this series in 5 is going to have a lot of confidence for them in the Eastern Conference Finals if they make it there. So that's why I'm giving them a 5-game series, Sixers winning, because the Bucks, I mean, they just are not a high IQ basketball team. They don't have enough talent to keep up with the Sixers. They don't even have enough shooting to keep up with the Sixers. So that's why I picked the Sixers. Now let's stay in the Eastern Conference with the Eastern Conference Finals. Raptors, Sixers. Now I'm taking my hat off for this because this is crazy what I'm about to say. I can't even believe I'm about to say this, but I think I'm picking the Sixers. I know it's crazy. I can't believe it. They're so young. They got a rookie leading their team, but from what I see on the basketball court, these guys are playing amazing. They're dominating. Joel Embiid, there's no answer. I think the Sixers could make it to the finals. It sounds crazy. I still can't believe it. I'm sorry, Toronto. I really think it'd be great for the NBA, for Canada, if you guys made it to the finals. I want you to make it to the finals. Something in my gut tells me to go to the Sixers. So I'm going with the Sixers. Now, in how many games? I'm giving Toronto 2. Because, again, like LeBron, I'm always picking LeBron in the 7-game. I think in this particular series, if it is going to a game 7, I'm picking the home team. So I can't go 7-game series, so I'm going 6 games with Philly pulling it out. Now let's head over to the West. We got the Warriors and the Rockets. Now, like I said earlier in the video, I think the Rockets, this is their year. If they don't make it to the finals, that is a huge disappointment. Everything has lined up for them. But by this time, hopefully Steph found his rhythm in the last series and he's ready to go here. So, do I pick the Warriors? Do I pick the Rockets? You know what? I'm sticking to my guns. I think this is the year for the Rockets. The Warriors have not impressed me all season long. They've fallen flat on their face when we've asked them to kind of show us that they still have it. They haven't showed us, so I'm going with the Rockets, and I'm going to go 7-game series. Boy, that would be a classic. Rockets pulling it out at home. So that's why I have the Rockets and the Sixers. That's a crazy prediction in this year's finals. Who's going to win the finals? Well, look, the Sixers, they're so young. I know I have them in the finals, but I don't think they could win it. I'm going with the Rockets, and I think it's going to be a 6-game series. I wanted to go full 5-game series because the Sixers can get overwhelmed. The lights get really bright, but Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons are really confident. So I'm going with the Rockets in 6. That's my predictions. They're going to win the Larry O'Brien, excuse me. There you guys go. That's my predictions for this year's playoffs. Again, I want to see who you guys have, so be sure to click that link in the description box below and send me your bracket. If you enjoyed this video, give me a like. Helps me out a lot. Subscribe to this channel for more content just like this. Hope you guys enjoy the playoffs. My name's Aaron. It's for great having you. Catch you in the next one. Peace. If you don't know what Procho means, it stands for Performance Retro, and it's a line of retro sneakers that Nike and Kobe are bringing back with performance upgrades. But since the Mamba isn't playing himself, they decided to hook up one of his disciples, DeMar DeRozan, with his very own PE. As you can see, this colorway predominantly uses red with the patent leather upper,